students, how are you all? Hope you all are safe and fine at your home. So students, welcome back in your mathematics class. This is your mathematics class 9th. We will do chapter number 10, circles. This is your lecture number 3. So students, in this lecture we will discuss topic equal chords and their distance from the center. Theorem 10.6 and 10.7. Exercise, questions of exercise 10.3. So we will start our lecture with the topic equal chords and their distance from the center. So student, for understanding this topic, chords and their distance from the center, we will draw a diagram first. We will draw a chord, a line segment AB, and let AB be a line segment. P is any point which is not present on the line. P is any point which is not present on the line. So since there are infinite numbers of points on a line, if you join these points to point P, because you know that we have so many points here, so many points are present on this line. If we will join all these points from the point P, so we have so many line segments like this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and many more. So students, now the question is, what is the exact distance or which line segment we will take? If we will take X, Y, Z, O, which line segment we will take the exact distance between the point and that line segment AB? So at least the least distance which is present between this line segment and the point P, which is PZ. So the distance of AB from P is PZ. So the conclusion is the length of perpendicular from a point on a line is the distance of the line from that point. It means we will always took that line which is perpendicular on the line segment. That the least and the smallest distance is called the exact distance. So this is the topic, that what is the relation between a chord and the distance from the center. Now students, we know it very well that a circle has infinitely many chords. Like this is also a chord, this is also a chord, this is also a chord. This is a center P. This distance which is perpendicular, this OP is the distance of chord AB. This OX is the distance of chord. PX is the distance of chord RS from the center. Similarly, PQ is the distance of the chord XY. PQ is the exact distance of the chord from the center. So student, for all the chords which is present in a circle, smallest perpendicular distance is the distance from the center of circle. Theorem 10.6, the statement equal chords of a circle, or we can say that, or of congruent circles. It means equal chords, it may be possible present in a same circle, and it is not a difficult or different thing if they are present with the two different circles and they both are congruent circles, are equidistance. The word equidistance means equal distance from the center. So students, equal chords of a circle are equidistant from the center. So what is the statement? According to the statement, we have two equal chords of a circle or present in two congruent circles, and we have to prove that they are equidistant from the center. It means they are present at equal distance from the center of the circle. So first of all, we have to draw a diagram for proving this. So students, first of all, we have to draw a diagram. This is our circle, this is center O, this is a chord, this is also a chord. We will take AB and CD. So this is distance from this chord and this is the distance from this chord. So we will mark them like this. So first of all, what is given? In this theorem, we have equal chords. AB is equal to CD. What we have to prove? We have to prove that OP is equal to OQ. They are present at equidistance. So we will start our proof. According to the theorem, which theorem? According to the first theorem. What was the first theorem? First theorem was the perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord is bisect the chord. So we know it very well that a point which is the distance is perpendicular on the chord. This is a distance which is perpendicular on a chord. So OP is perpendicular on AB. OP is perpendicular on AB. So we know it very well. This OP bisect AB. It means AP is equal to PB. AP is equal to PB. And OQ is also perpendicular on CD. So CQ is equal to QD. Now in triangle POB and triangle QOC, in triangle POB and triangle QOC, we have three elements. First one is OB is equal to OC, radius of same circle. We know it very well that AB is equal to CD, but we can't use this because we have two small triangles. AB and CD are not present in these two triangles. So if equals are whole are equal, so half of the AB is also equal to half of CD. Half of AB is AP as well as PB. So PB is present in this triangle. PB is equal to and CQ is present in this triangle. ये गिवन था, इससे हमने वो रिलेशन निकाला जो प्रेजेंट है. करेक्ट. नाउ थर्ड थिंग, एंगल OPB इज इक्वल टू एंगल OQC, ईच 90 डिग्री. So that by SAS congruence rule, we have triangle POB is congruent to triangle QOC. If these two triangles are congruent, so OP and OQ are equal by CP/CT. OP and OQ are equal by CP/CT. So we can write OP is equal to OQ by CP/CT. And now our things is proved, so we can say that hence proved. Now the next theorem, theorem 10.7. Theorem 10.7 statement, chords equidistance from the center of a circle are equal in length. So what is given? Chords equidistant from the center of the circle. It is given that chords are equal distance from the present at equal distance from the center of circle. We have to prove that both the chords are equal in length. We have to prove it. So first of all, we have to draw a diagram. We have to draw the same diagram as it is 10.6. It is our center. These two are the chords. We will take AB and CD, and this is our perpendicular OP and OQ. So we will make triangles like this. This is 90 degree. So students, first of all, what is given? What is given? Chords are equidistant from the center of the circle. It means it is already given that OP is equal to OQ. We have to prove. To prove is, we have to prove that chords are equal. So AB is equal to CD. AB is equal to CD. And the proof. So what is the proof? So first of all, we know it very well that we have to take two triangles for the congruency, and we need three elements. So let's see. In triangle P, for if we are going to prove that complete side, so we have to take these two complete triangles. If we will take complete big triangles, so we do not have three elements, so we will go with the small triangle, then we will shift to the complete chord. So POB and triangle QOC. Now we need three elements. First of all, OB is equal to OC, radius of circle, and OP is equal to OC given, OQ given, and angle 1 and angle 2. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2, each 90 degree. So students, which congruence rule is applying here? Think. So that by RHS congruence rule, we have triangle POB is congruent to triangle QOC. These two triangles are congruent. If these two triangles are congruent, then we can say that BP is equal to CQ. BP is equal to CQ by CP CT. But students, now I proved BP is equal to CQ, but we have to prove that AB is equal to CD. So students, think. We know it very well. According to the first theorem, the perpendicular bisect the chord. It means this chord is bisected by OP, and AP and PB are equal to each other. It means PB is the half of AB. So if we will take double of PB is equal to double of CQ. If they both are equal, so the double of these two sides line segments are also equal. Double of PB is AB and double of CQ is CD. Hence proved, because we want to prove that both the chords are equal. Now both the chords are equal. Now students, these two theorems are finished. Now questions of exercise 10.3. Exercise 10.3. So the first question of exercise 10.3 is, draw different pair of circles. How many points does each pair have in common? And the third part of the question is, what is the maximum number of the common points? So student, first of all, we have to draw different pair of circles. So first pair, this is a circle, this is also a circle. This is a pair of circle. Second pair, this is also second pair. Here we do not have any common thing. Here they both are touching each other. It means one common point. In the third pair, we can say that like this. So here no common point, here one common point, here we have these two as common point. So students, so the maximum number of the common point is 2. Maximum number of the common point is 2. This is your first question. Now question number second. Question number second is, suppose you have a circle, given circle. Give a construction to find its center. So students, we have to find a center. Students, in this question, if you do not have a center of the circle, then how can you draw a circle? Because you can't take any circle, you can't draw that circle with the help of compass. So students, you have to take a bangle like this and draw a circle like this. Without a center, we will draw a circle. Now the question is, we have to find the center. We have to find the center. So student, if you remember about that construction, we have to take 3 known collinear points on the circumference of the circle. Second part of the construction, we will join them. Now we have two codes, code AB and code BC. Now we have to draw the perpendicular bisector of these two codes. It is not compulsory the code should be equal in length. No, it is not compulsory. So when we have a code AB, we will draw a perpendicular bisector like this. When we have a code BC, we will draw a perpendicular bisector like this. Where they both the perpendicular bisector meet each other, we call it as center of the circle. This is center of the circle. For cross checking your answer, you will take a compass. Now this is a radius. This is a radius. If this center is correct, then it means this is a radius. So you will open your compass, measure all these 3 radius, they are equal in length or not. If they are equal in length, then try to draw a circle again on it. If a pencil will mark us another circle on this circle, then it means you find a correct center. So this is the method to finding a center of circle. Now students, third question of this exercise. Question is, if two circles intersects in 2 points, prove that line through the center of the prove that their center lie on the perpendicular bisector of the common chord. Their center lie on the perpendicular bisector of the common chord. It means दोनों सेंटर्स को ज्वाइन करने वाली लाइन कॉमन कोड के ऊपर परपेंडिकुलरली बाइसेक्टर. इट मीन्स that line which join the both the center which is perpendicular bisector of the common chord. So students, according to the question, if we have a circle, 2 circles like this, this is our common chord and the center of the circle here and the another center of the circle here, O and O dash. We will take it as OAB. So we have to prove that this line O dash is perpendicular bisector on AB. It means if we will mark this point P, we have to prove that these angles are 90 degree and we have to prove that AP and PB are equal to each other. We have to prove it. We will make another diagram for understanding the question more accurately. This is the center O, this is the center O dash, this is our common chord A, B, and this is a line joining the centers, point P. So student, for explaining this question, first of all, we have to make triangles like this. So students, first of all, what is given? O and O dash are centers of the circle. To prove O dash is perpendicular on AB and it is, they said perpendicular bisector. It means we have to prove that AP is equals to PB also. We have to prove 2 things. So now proof. What is the proof? First of all, you can show the construction part here also, that we draw join OB, AO dash and OB dash. Now in triangle we will take two triangles. In triangle O dash, and the another triangle O dash, and try to congruent these two triangles. First of all, in this triangle and this triangle, OA is equal to OB, radius of same circle, AO dash and BO dash, radius of same circle, and third OO dash common. So students, by SSS congruence rule, we have triangle OAO dash is equal to OBO dash. OAO dash is equal to OBO dash. So students, we can take some elements as CPCT. So which thing we will take as CPCT? Tell me. So student, let's see in your diagram. Now these two triangle AOO dash and triangle BOO dash are congruent to each other. So we will take angle 1 and angle 2 are equal to each other by CPCT. So we will take angle 1 and angle 2 are equal to each other by CPCT. Now we will take two small triangle in triangle AOP and triangle BOP. See which triangle? Triangle AOP and triangle BOP. Now we need three elements. First is radius, second one is proved above, and third one is common. So AO is equal to OB, radius, OP is equal to OP, common, and angle 1 is equal to angle 2 proved above. By SAS congruence rule, we have triangle AOP is congruent to triangle BOP. By CPCT we can say that AP is equal to PB by CPCT. One thing is already proved, because these two triangles are congruent. One thing is already proved, these two sides are equal. So AP is equal to PB is already proved. Now what about this? We have to prove that these two angles are 90 degree. So we will mark as angle 3 and angle 4. So by CPCT we can take angle 3 and angle 4 are also equal to each other. We have to draw two theorems, 10.6 and 10.7, and questions of exercise 10.3. Thank you. Have a nice day.